Mr. Sarthak, for descending, you can use a mnemonic that D is for down and D is for descent. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So, if I have to write A in ascending order from small to big, the smallest fraction that I have in part A is,
1 by 8.
then what should I write? After this,
3 by 8.
after this,
4 by 8.
after this,
6 by 8.
6 by 8. So 1 by 8 is smaller than 3 by 8. 3 by 8 is smaller than 4 by 8. 4 by 8 is smaller than 6 by 8. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
And when I have to write this in descending order, I will write the biggest fraction first, then the smaller, then the smaller, then the smaller. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Then I'll write 6 by 8 is more than 4 by 8, 4 by 8 is more than 3 by 8, 3 by 8 is more than 1 by 8. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, for example, in the B part, in the B part, let us assume that first I need to write the ascending order. Ascending means that I'll have to increase. First, the smallest. First, the smallest, and then the biggest. The smallest fraction in B part is
3 by 9.
then what should I write?
4 by 9.
Then
6 by 9.
then
8 by 9.
so 3 by 9 is greater than 4 by 9 is greater than 6 by 9 is greater than 8 by 9. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Why is it okay? Is 3 by 9 more than 4 by 9? So have I put correct signs?
So you have to put greater than sign.
I have to put the smaller one sign. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood or not?
So I have understood.
So I should be writing like 3 by 9 is less than 4 by 9 is less than 6 by 9 is less than 8 by 9. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So just check whatever you are writing, because usually this gets confusing. So you need to check it again. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So if I have to write now, if I have to write now in the descending order, descending means down. You are going down. So I'll start with the biggest and then I have to go to the smallest. So the biggest fraction that I see is 8 by 9. Then what should I write?
6 by 9.
After this,
4 by 9.
after this.
3 by 9.
So 8 by 9 is the biggest. It is bigger than 6 by 9. 6 by 9 is bigger than 4 by 9. 4 by 9 is bigger than 3 by 9. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Sarthak, this gets confusing at times. And one thing that you always need to remember is whenever you are doing these ascending and descending, what you need to be assured of is that the denominator of the fraction should be the same. Have you understood?
So what if only the numerator is same?
Yeah. See, if there is a fraction like 5 by 9, 2 by 7, 3 by 4. Now let us assume that you need to compare these. So here, I think these fractions like these, yeah, it is in your syllabus. Okay. So what you need to understand is if you get fractions like these, so you need to make the denominator of these fractions the same. make the denominators
So I ask if only the numerators are same and the denominators are different.
Okay, you can take an example like this. Let us say that we have an example like this. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Let us take a simpler example. Let's take a simpler example. Now here my numerators are same, but my denominators are different. So the first thing that you need to do is make the denominator same. Have you understood this or not?
Yes, sir.
How can you make the denominator same?
So LCM.
Perfect. So I'll take the LCM of the denominators. 9 by 9, 7, 6, the denominators, LCM of the denominators. Perfect. LCM of denominators. So when I'm taking the LCM, what is the common factor that I see first?
3.
3. So first I'll divide by the common factor. Is there any common factor now?
No, sir.
No. But still what I do is 3, 7, 2, 7, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. And my LCM would be 3 into 3 into
126.
3 to the 9, 9 to the 18, 18 7 the 126. Perfect, Mr. Sarthak. Perfect. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I do, Sarthak, now you need to look at this closely. So I'll shift this to the other screen. The numbers that I have is 5 by 9, 5 by 9, 5 by 7, 5 by 7, and 5 by 6. The LCM that I got of the denominator was 126. Is it okay, Mr. Sarthak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, what I need to do is 5 by 9, I need to make an equivalent fraction. I need to turn 5 by 9 into an equivalent fraction whose denominator is 126. Have you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I need to write some number here. Similarly, 5 by 7, I need to write an equivalent fraction whose denominator is 126. Have you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, 5 by 6, I need to turn it into an equivalent fraction whose denominator is 126. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So now 126 divided by 9 is
14.
9 1 by 9 4 by. So 9 into 14 is 126. Therefore, 5 into 14 would be
70.
Mr. Sarthak, is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So similarly, 126 divided by 7. 126 divided by 7 is Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So 5 into 18 would be
90.
90. 126 divided by 6 would be
21.
5 into 21 would be
105.
so basically, Mr. Sarthak, what we have done is we have made these fractions and converted them into 70 by 126, 90 by 126, and 105 divided by 126. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood what we have done?
Yes, sir.
So now out of these, what will be the biggest fraction?
105.
105 divided by 126. What will be the smallest fraction?
70 by 20. 126.
And 90 by 126 is between them. So 105 by 126 is greater than 90 divided by 126 is greater than 70 divided by 126. Have you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to tell you is that if I have numbers like 5 by 7, 3 by 8, and 6 by let us assume 5, or to make it easier, let us assume this to be 15 and this to be 18. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now if I have fraction like this, I'll make this more easier so that it is easier to solve. It becomes easier to solve. Okay. So we need to compare the fractions. So when we have to compare the fractions, the first thing that we need to see is whether the denominators are same or not. Are the denominators same? No. So the first step would be take the LCM of the denominator. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So let us take the LCM. 6, 18, 15. What is the common factor?
3.
3, 2, the 6, the 5, the. Is there any common factor now?
No, sir.
No common factor. Sarthak, have you understood what I'm doing?
Yes, sir.
So the LCM would be 3 into 2 into 6 into 5, and this would be equal to
180.
3 to the 6, 6 5 the 30, 6 into 30 would be equal to 180. Perfect. So 5 by 6 needs to be reduced to an equivalent fraction like this. 3 by 18 needs to be reduced to an equivalent fraction like this. And 6 by 15 should be reduced to an equivalent fraction like this. What should I write here, Mr. Sarthak?
150.
I'm sorry?
150.
Yeah. So 6 into 30 is 180. So 5 into 30 would be 150. 18, what should I write here?
30.
So 18 into 10 is 180. So 3 into 10 would be 30. Perfect. What should I write here?
72.
Perfect. So here it is 72. So basically 5 by 6, I have written 5 by 6 as its equivalent fraction as 150 by 180. 3 by 18, I have written it as 30 by 180. 6 by 15, I have written it as 72 by 180. Why? Because now the denominators are same. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the biggest factor? Fraction.
150 by 180.
What will be the smallest?
30 by 180.
And 72 by 180. This is more than this. This is more than this. So I can write it as it in this way, and I can write it in this way also. But you need to take care of the signs that you are putting. So when I write like this, I should write. When I'm writing like this, I should take care that 30 by 180 is less than 72 by 180, and 72 by 180 is less than 150 by 180. Sarthak, is there any doubt?
No, sir.
This is the descending order. Descend means to go down. I am going down from 180 to 150 upon 180 to 30 by 180. I am going down. 30 by 180, 72 by 180, 150 by 180, I am going up. So this is the ascending order. Is there any confusion?
No, sir.
So this becomes tricky because the mistake that you can do is that either you don't check whether the denominators are same or not, or you can make a mistake in putting the orders. You may use the wrong sign here. And the third thing that you can mistake that you can do is that you may get confused in ascending, the word ascending or descend. All you need to remember is that descend and down is same. Have you understood, Sarthak?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we need to put these numbers on the number line. Sarthak, will you be able to do that?
Yes, sir.
So this would be 0, this would be 1. I need to divide the number line between 0 to 1 in how many parts?
6 parts.
6 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll write it like this. So this would be my 1 by 6, 2 by 6, 3 by 6, 4 by 6, 5 by 6, and 1 is actually equal to 6 by 6. Sarthak, is there any confusion?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you see these numbers?
Yes, sir.
So 5 by 6 and 2 by 6, what sign should I put here?
So 5 by 6 is
It's greater than 2 by 6. Have you understood?
yes.
Because 5 by 6 is here and 2 by 6 is here. Let us assume that this is 0 by 6. Let us assume that this is 0 by 6. So what sign should I put here?
3 by 6 is greater.
Greater than 0 by 6. Let us assume that this is 1 by 6 and this is 6 by 6. So what sign should I write here?
6 by 6 is
Less than 6 by 6. And finally, let us assume that this is 8 by 6 and this is 5 by 6. Now, if you understand 8 by 6, I can write this improper fraction in the form of 1, 2 by 6. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
yes, sir.
Now, 8 by 6 would be, if again I make points here. So this is 6 by 6. I can write this as 7 by 6, 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6, 11 by 6, and 12 by 6, and 12 by 6 is equal to 2. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
See, this is my number line between 0 and 1 because this is my 1. And this is my number line between 1 and 2. Between 1 and 2. Is there any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. So if you see, 8 by 6 is here and 5 by 6 is here. So what sign should I put here?
8 by 6 is greater.
Greater than? Is there any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. What sign should I put here? Mr. Sarthak?
5 by 6 is greater.
5 by 6 is greater than 3 by 6. What sign should I put here?
1 by 4 is greater.
See, while solving this, 1 by 7 and 1 by 4. Let us try to understand this. 1 by 7.
1 by 4 is greater.
Yeah. But let us assume that the fraction is not as simple as this. So if it is if there is something like 22 by 23, and let us assume 46 by 47. If I need to compare, what should I do?
So we'll convert and we'll find the LCM of the denominators
Yes.
and then divide the LCM with the denominators.
Yes.
What is the answer? We have to divide it with multiply it with the numerator.
Perfect. See, there are two ways of doing this. Now, the first way we have done that we can use equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions implies that you need to take the LCM first and then you need to compare. So if I use method 1, what would be the LCM of 7 and 4? LCM would be
28.
28. So I need to write 1 by 7 with the denominator 28. What should I write here?
So 1 by 7, right?
Yeah, 1 by 7.
Four by 28.
4 by 28. 1 by 4, if I have to write it as something by 28, what should I write here in the numerator?
28.
Into 7 into 7. It will be 7 by 28. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now when I compare, 7 by 28 would be greater than 4 by 28.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is one way. There is another way, but that...
Cross multiply.
I'm sorry?
So we can cross multiply.
Yes. The second way is cross multiply. Second way is cross multiply. 1 by 7 and 1 by 7 and 1 by 4. So I'll cross multiply 1 into 4 and 1 into 7.
So I find this way easier.
You find this way easier?
Yes, sir.
Not a problem. But Sarthak, what you need to understand is that you will have to learn this equivalent fraction Because when you will be doing addition and subtraction of fractions, so we'll be doing 1 by 7 plus 1 by 4. We will be doing sums like 1 by 7 minus 1 by 4. So during addition and subtraction of fractions, we will need to reduce these into equivalent fractions. Have you understood what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So this method is okay. Cross multiplication is okay. But do not ignore this equivalent fraction method. Have you understood?
Yes.
So it is always suggested that try to do as many questions as possible using equivalent fractions, so that when you are doing addition and subtraction of fractions, the things become very easy. Because if you can reduce fractions to their equivalent forms, then this would become very easy. And usually what students do is, once they have this 28, what they write is 7 into 4 and 1 into 4, 4 into 7 and 1 into 7. Have you understood what I've done?
Yes, sir.
Second method is cross multiply. There is another method also. The third method is decimals. Now again, you need to understand the decimals also, for a simple reason that decimal is one of your chapter. Mr. Sarthak, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
For example, I'll write 1 by 7 in the form of decimal. I will write 1 by 4 in the form of a decimal. So, and these are the methods. The three methods, all the three methods you should be comfortable with. You should be able to do any sum using any of these methods. So 1 divided by 7, 0, 0, 1. I put a decimal, 0, decimal, 7, 1 the 7, 3. I write a 0 here, 0 comes down, 7, 4 the 28. Now this division will not stop, but I stop here. And then I take 1 by 4. 4, 0 the 0, 1, 0, 4, 2 the 8, 2, 0, 4, 5 the 20. So 1 by 4 is equal to 0.25 and 1 by 7 is equal to 0.14 something. So from decimals, can you tell me which decimal is bigger?
0.25.
This is bigger. So this fraction is bigger. And anyways, we have understood now that 1 by 4 is a bigger fraction than 1 by 7. Sarthak, have you understood the three methods?
Yes, sir.
See, you should be comfortable in all the three. Because for a simple reason that decimals is your chapter, we will need to do decimals. Equivalent fraction you need to understand, because plus minus of fractions, addition and subtraction of fractions, we need to understand equivalent fractions very well. Is there any problem?
No, sir.
Good, sir. So we have done this question also. So what sign should I put now?
5 by 5 is greater.
Perfect. What should I do for this? What is the easiest method that you find?
Of multiplication.
Cross multiplication. So 3 into 7.
So 3 by 5 is greater.
3. So this is 21. This is 51. So 3 by 5 is greater than 3 by 7. Have you understood?
Yes, sir. But it's 15. So you said 51.
Yeah, it's 15. Yeah, perfect. It's 15. But let us do this using equivalent fractions also. 3 by 5 and 3 by 7. 3 by 5 and 3 by 7. We need to practice the equivalent fraction also. So the denominators are different. I'll take the LCM. What would be the LCM?
35.
35. Perfect. LCM is 5 into 7 is equal to 35. Okay. So 35 here, 35 here. What should I write here? What should I write here?
21.
Okay. So 5 into 7 is 35. So 3 into 7 is 21. 7 into 5 is 35. And 3 into 5 is 50. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
And what sign should I put here?
21 is greater than 15.
Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Sarthak. Let us look at question number 4 and put these signs. So what sign should I put here?
1 by 1 is greater than 0 by 1.
What sign should I put here?
2
Here.
by 1 by 2 is greater.
I can put another sign here. Is it okay?
Yes.
Sign should I put here?
0 by 3 is smaller.
This is easy, huh?
Yes, sir.
This sum is pretty easy. So,
Sir, it's too easy.
I'm sorry?
Sir, this is too easy.
Yeah,
You have to put the smaller than sign everywhere.
yeah. This is too easy. Okay. Okay. Actually, no, the answer has to be put here. Okay, okay. Okay. I think the signs have to be put here. Sorry. Okay. Now the question becomes interesting. Okay. Now it is an interesting question. Okay, Mr. Sarthak. What sign should I put here? 1 by 6 and 1 by 3? See, 1 by 6 is here. And 1 by 3 is here. So what sign should I put here?
One by 3 is greater.
Shabash. Very nice. Now it has become an interesting question. Okay. What 3 by 4 is here and 2 by 6. There is 2 by 6. 2 by 6 is here. So what sign should I put here?
3 by 4 is greater.
Perfect. 2 by 3 is here and 2 by 4 is here. So what sign should I put here?
2 by 3 is greater.
Perfect. 6 by 6. 6 by 6 and 3 by 3. So what sign should I put here?
They are equal.
They are equal. Very good. And I come to the last part. 5 by 6 is here and 5 by 5 is here. So what sign should I put here?
5 by 5 is greater.
Yes, 5 by 6 is
Smaller.
smaller than 5 by 5. Perfect. Nice, Mr. Sarthak. Okay. The following represent just three numbers. Separate them into three. Following fractions represent just three different numbers. Separate them into three groups of equivalent fractions by changing each one into its simplest form. Okay. See, Mr. Sarthak, we have been given all these fractions which represent just three different numbers. Okay. Separate them into three groups of equivalent fractions by changing each one into its simplest form. So first I need to put these into their simplest form. So 2 by 12 I can write as 1 by 6, 1 by 5. This would be 4 by 25. This again would be 4 by 25. This would be 1 by 6. This would be 1 by 5, 4 by 25, 1 by 6, 1 by 6. This again would be 4 by 25, 1 by 6, 1 by 6, 1 by 5. Sarthak, have you understood what I have done?
Yes, sir.
I have reduced all these fractions into their simplest form. So as you can see, I can see only three kind of fractions. What are those? Only three fractions are there. Sarthak, can you see those?
Yes, sir. 1 by 6, 1 by 5, 4 by 25.
So these are the only fractions which are available. And I will make pairs of these. So for example, I choose 1 by 6 first. So this is 1 by 6. This is 1 by 6. This is 1 by 6. 1 by 6. 1 by 6. Have you understood what I have done? Mr. Sarthak, have you understood what I have done? And then I'll have 3 by 50 because it is 1 by 5, 12 by 60, 15 by 75. Yeah, I think that's it. And the third pair that I will get is 4 by 25. 4 by 25, 4 by 25, 4 by 25, 4 by 25. Mr. Sarthak, have you understood? Okay. Okay. So question 7. Is 5 by 9 equal to 4 by 5?
No, sir.
Yes or no, sir?
No, sir.
How do you know?
So 5 by 9 is in the lowest and
Yeah.
4 by 5 is also in the lowest.
Yes, perfect. So this is not equal to. What should I write here? Are these two equal?
No, sir.
No, sir. Perfect. Are these two equal?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Are these two equal?
No, sir.
No, sir. 2 to the 2, 1 the 5 the, so they are not equal. They are not equal. Perfect. Very nice. Okay. Question 8, Mr. Sarthak. How will you do it? Okay, can you tell me how to do this first? Just let me know how you are doing it.
So first, the fraction is 2 by 25 by 100, and the second fraction is 2 by 5.
Okay.
We have to reduce the 25 by 100. It's 1 by 4. Now I have to compare.
Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Very nice. So what you are doing is 25 pages of 100 pages. So 25 upon 100. Then you reduce 25 upon 100 to the lowest form. That is equal to 1 by 4. Sarthak, this is what you have done.
Yes, sir.
And then you are comparing 1 by 4 and 2 by 5. So which one is bigger fraction?
Sir, Ella read lesser books.
When you compare these two, so let us use the method of equivalent fractions. So LCM of 4 and 5 would be
20.
20. So this will be equal to 4 into 5. So this will be equal to 1 into 5. This will be equivalent to 5 into 4, and this would be 2 into 4. Sarthak, have you understood, or is there a confusion?
Um,
Is there a confusion?
no, sir.
This would be equal to 5 by 20 and 8 by 20. So which fraction is bigger?
8 by 20.
8 by 20. So Lalita reads more. Lalita reads more. Who reads less? Ila reads less. Sarthak, is there a problem?
No, sir.
Let us do question number 9. Just let me know how will you do it. Question number 9. How will you do it?
So first we have to reduce 3 by 6, 1 by 3,
Perfect.
and we have to compare.
Perfect. So 3 by 6, when I reduce it,
By 4 is bigger.
perfect. It becomes 1 by 2, and this is 3 by 4. So Rafiq is 1 by 2 and Rohit is 3 by 4. So which one will be bigger?
Rohit.
Rohit will be bigger. Again, if I use equivalent fractions, this would be 2 into 2. This would be 1 into 2. So this will be 2 by 4 and this will be 3 by 4. So Rohit is bigger. Can you do question number 10? Perfect.
So to compare.
Perfect. So class A students and class B students. So class A students are the total classes of 25 students. So in the denominator, we will have 25. 20 passed with 60% or more. So 20 will come in the numerator. In class B, total students are 30. Total students are 30. And one second. So the total students are 30. So 30 will come in the denominator. And 24 passed with 60% or more. So 24 will come in the numerator. So we need to compare 20 by 25 and 24 by 30. Which will be bigger, Mr. Sarthak?
8 by 2. So,
Okay. So you are reducing these to the equivalent of to the lowest fraction first. So this is equal to 4 by 5, and this is equal to 6 4 the this is equal to 4 by 5. 6 4 the 6 5 the
let's see.
5 4 the. So which one is bigger? Which one is smaller?
So both are equal, but they have asked who got more marks. So,
In which class was a greater fraction getting 60% or more? No, both of them are getting the same.
yes, sir.
So it should be that class A and class B, the fraction is same. The fraction is same. Mr. Sarthak, is there a doubt?
No, sir.
Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Sarthak, in homework, can you do question number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 again? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 question again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, try to do this exercise. You may face some difficulty, but just try to do it. Exercise 7.5. Will you be able to? Will you try to do it?
Yes, sir.